Old westerly flow coming through, isn't there?
That's Mount Cook. Used to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet high until they had a rock slide.
This is a scar of the rock slide on this side here, the rock slide on the side here, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks
all
like
the
it.
grey stuff you can see. That's slipped away.
This is Lake Pukaki down here. It's a very unusual colour. It's a turquoise, green turquoise colour, and that colour is caused by what they call the glacial flour, which is a very, very fine rock dust that's caused by the glaciers, which feed the rivers, which wash the very fine dust into the lake. And they say that if you put a bucket of water from Lake Pukaki, if you have a bucket of water from Lake Pukaki, it would take about a year for that fine glacial flour to settle down on the bottom of the bucket.
Do not require fuel.
So we're just passing a beam. So we're 80 miles away now. 2-3. So just filling out our landing data. Descent point's 50 miles on Slope Hill. With that landing weight at flat 15, we look at our card over here. 99 knots is our landing VREF, which we'll add 5 knots onto for the wind. And we always estimate an arrival fuel as well, which I'm going to estimate at 800 kilograms, which will allow us enough to go back to Christchurch, but we certainly need a lot less to go to Invercargill. Invercargill would be our alternate of choice because we can bus the passengers up from there. It's a 2.5 hour bus ride from Invercargill to Queenstown. An airport can close for a variety of reasons, and weather's one of them, but it's obviously the most common. If an aircraft's stuck on the runway, earthquakes are always a consideration in New Zealand. They might have a bomb scare at the airport and won't let us land. We may require to alternate because of the aircraft configuration. There are minimum equipment requirements, MELs, in an aircraft that are required to be operational when flying into Queenstown, because it's a very unusual airport surrounded by hilly terrain. This is Lake Ohau. I don't know whether you can see the road zigzagging up the hill in the shadows. That's the Ohau ski field. In another month they'll all be white with snow, and I think they'll be hoping that it'll be open, but that might be a little bit optimistic.
Might be a bit later, eh?
Yeah. They've got to need a metre or two of good base before they can open a ski field up. As the winter comes on, the rocks get colder, so the snow that drops there stays there. Up until about now, if the snow falls on there, because the rocks are warm, the snow just melts over a couple of days. But from here on in, any snow that falls will stay there and it'll start to build up a base. Just big business in New Zealand. Fantastic skiing. Quite small ski fields, but very spectacular scenery and terrain.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to see the jump seat now.
Okay.
So is it New Zealand 527?
Okay.
Descent approach checklist, cabin controller.
Is set.
Set, fuel panel.
Set, and 800 looks pretty good to me.
Check.
Yeah, and we're ready for descent as well.
National 425, we'll go and request descent. Descent to flight level 140, National 425.
Set and
Checked.
and we're leaving 20 for 14,000.
AFib.
So the Mount Mary Slope Hill track is the 028 radial. Is that right?
AFib.
Good. Over here we've got the top of Lake Wanaka starting to, Lake Hawea, and then Lake Wanaka in the distance over here. We're tracking towards Cromwell at the moment actually. We're going to descend into the Cadrona Valley, which is just a little bit out here. So Queenstown's just a little bit to our right. We've just started our descent into Queenstown. Shortly down our right hand side, Lake Hawea we'll be passing the township of Wanaka in about 5 minutes. Should I stay on the ground at Queenstown, they're reporting a light southwesterly, scattered cloud, and a ground temperature of 26 degrees. That's 26 degrees Celsius. We expect to have you parked outside the terminal just before 4:30. So we hope that you have enjoyed your flight with us today. It's a pleasure to have you on board. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your holiday in the South Island. You can tell we're established if you want.
National 425 is established on the Mary Slope Hill track now.
National 425.
One of the things that we keep an eye on in the descent in particular is the cabin altitude. We don't want to catch the cabin up to protect the passengers' ears, and at the moment we're the cabin altitude's at 4,000 feet, descending at 300 or 400 feet a minute. And as a rough guideline, if we're 40 miles out, we don't want the cabin altitude to be more than 4,000 feet. If we're 30 miles out, we don't want it to lose more than 3,000.
Queenstown National 425.
National 425, Queenstown, good afternoon, go ahead.
G'day there, we're about 350 we Slope Hill now, descending through flight level 151 for 140, Slope Hill at 23. We're in receipt of Golf 1018, POB 34.
National 425, copy that, thanks. Continue to descend to 10,000 feet. No delay for the visual approach, runway 23, QNH confirmed 1018.
10,000.
Descend to 10,000 feet, copy, we'll be calling a visual approach shortly, National 425.
Yep, that's fine, 527, long final for runway 23. There is a Robbie, very low level, as you've probably heard, he's just about in the scrub there, pretty much between, say, the Arrow Junction and Bungee Bridge.
We're just passing Wanaka Township now, and this is the eastern shores of Lake Wanaka. Over here is the YR ski area. A lot of buildings, a lot of development gone on here. And this is a cross-country ski area, but also important for the European car manufacturers. They come here in our winter time to develop all their winter equipment, snow tyres and that. So it's all very secretive for them. But it's, as you can see, it's quite a big development there now. Lake Wakatipu's in front of us now. Queenstown Airport sitting in the sunshine just in the distance there. But down below us, down here, is the access road to the Cadrona ski field, zigzagging up the hill.
This is the road here that they use for that mountain climb.
We'll be